Give me a hell yeah. Deuce Mo. Let me talk to you. Turn the fucking jets on! Turn the fucking jets on!
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know.
Do it for Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings. Big hopes and dreams as we cover our kings. Never cover the kingdom, but we loving our kings. And we covered your prayers as we doing our thing. Big Deuce with the par, Lil Mo on the screen. Solo or together, still do it for team. Never switch up for $1 or revenue stream. So we always got each other, balance out the beam. Deuce and Mo, and that's the end of the theme song. Do it for Deuce and Mo.
I am live!
Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo.
So why am I live randomly on a Tuesday night? Because I had to get another new PC, and I've spent the last, 90 minutes testing it, getting it fired up, tinkering with it, and I'm like, we got to go live and test it out. How we doing?
What up, Deuce?
Hey.
Hey, Morgan.
She's dead.
I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, but how about those Kings?
Let's go, Kings.
So the main purpose of this stream is to test everything out. You guys let me know. Is it sounding okay? Is it look okay? Are my words synced with my lips? Is it off? How's everything sound? How's everything look? We're just trying to get dialed in. In the meantime, you can throw some topics at me too. Let me know. What are the specs on the new PC? I'm glad you asked. Should I pull that up? I don't know. Let's see here. Jamar says, Deuce, you can't go live unless I have my Chipotle, man. Unsubscribe. Dude, Chipotle right now, buy one, get one free on meals through the end of this week. What? Victor says everything's perfect. Mbouts, did you punch Kevin O'Connor for me when you were in Vegas? Let me talk about Kevin O'Connor for a second. Kevin O'Connor on social media is this like loud mouth, like I have to have this hot take, opinions everywhere. And then you meet the guy in person and you just want to bring it in. You say, you big lug, come here and give me a hug. Because he is like a nice guy in person. So we sat down with him. This was the night after a long night in Vegas. We're sitting down with him at 5 o'clock in the afternoon at Thomas & Mack in Las Vegas. And he comes in right away and goes, let me have it. Anyway, it was a fun conversation. We punched him a little bit. It was fun. He's cool. What is up, everybody? Jess says it's mid. Oh, thanks. Manny says, so basically he's fake. I don't think he's fake. I think he has opinions. And like in this social world, people want to throw out their opinions in different ways. And whether you agree or disagree with him, he's effective at getting people reacting. I see his tweets. I want to go choke him to death. But he's legitimately a nice guy. I mean, I don't know everything about him, but the time I've spent with him the last couple of years in Vegas during Summer League, I'm like, he's a great guy, nice guy. He has some bullshit opinions about Sabonis, but nice guy. Like when we did the interview with him, he was talking about how, Sabonis, I just don't have him as like a top 45 player in the league or something. I'm like, he was all NBA the last 2 years. Anyway. Let's see here. Screen looks clearer. Sound is smooth as butter. Good. Deuce is glowing, man. Makes me happy, making me smile. Dude, I'm glad. I am glowing after being in Vegas for 6 nights during Summer League, let me just tell you, I love Summer League. I love everything about it. If you can swing it and you're a basketball fan, it doesn't matter if your team doesn't have a number 1 pick or whatever. You go out to Vegas for a couple of days, probably no more than 3 because it will suck the life out of you. Go to Thomas and Mack, right attached to the pavilion. These gyms are literally connected. You don't have to go outside to go to the next one. You could go, hey, I'm in this gym. Oh, wait, you know what? This game's at halftime. Let me walk across the hall to the next gym and watch another game. Games all day. I love that. And then it's just like staying out late, hanging out with people, making friends. And, I've made some awesome friends over the years that it's been great for me. So I loved it, but you come home and you're like exhausted. I need a couple of days to get back in the swing of things, and I'm feeling good. Life's good. And now the NBA offseason is like kind of dead at this point. You're maybe a signing here or there. Who knows what else is going to happen? It's the quiet time. So now, for me and Morgan, we're brainstorming, okay, how do we want to go about the rest of the offseason with content? We're still going to do content. We'll definitely drop some weekly pods. We'll go live every once in a while, but I don't know how often. But we're definitely going to be doing NBA content, even if there's not news. We'll have interviews. We're always pushing to get awesome interviews. It's hard to do sometimes, but trust me, we're working on some things. Last year, we had De'Aaron and Rasay. It was awesome. What's this year? What do we have this year? We're always trying to get something big. So, let's see here. What was your favorite part about the Vegas trip? Well, it's hard. The first night, I went and saw Dead & Company at the Sphere. I even bought the shirt. That's how much. The Sphere. I know tickets are expensive. I know it's hard to get in. I'm telling you, if you can make it happen, go see a show at the Sphere. I'm not even a Dead & Company fan. Or I wasn't. I didn't know any of their songs. But they jammed for 4 hours. The visuals, it was life-changing. And then the music was awesome. It was just a great venue for concerts. To me, it's going to be hard to go to a concert that's not the Sphere. So that was one of the best things. I don't know. I can't pinpoint just one thing. I mean, there's great food, basketball, going to the Sphere, hanging out with friends, making new friends. It's a win. Evan says the Sphere wore $680. To be transparent, the ticket I got, I went with a group of people. My buddy got the tickets off like some secondary market, and our tickets, I think, were like $275 a piece. And, that's not cheap by any means. I don't know, like $680 sounds like a lot of money. I don't know if I'd be dropping that unless I was like in love with the artist. But the experience was unlike anything. It was awesome. Awesome. Let's see here. Deuce and KOC in a steel cage match. Nah, he's cool. He's fine. Oh, man. Okay, so everything's sounding good. Oh, that's what I want to test out. Let's see how the intro runs. All right, Deuce Mo, 3, 2, 1. Start my music. I don't hear it. Wait, do you guys? I know why. I know. You guys could hear it. I could not. Let me try it again.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.
Boom. Sounds good? Sweet. It looked good on my end. Hopefully it sounded good. Audio's a little low for the intro. Let me just try it again.
Deuce and Mo.
Yeah.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo.
That's something I'm going to have to tweak in the actual file. But that's good to know. Good to know. I know my guy Armstrong he's been mentioning we don't have any Mitch Richmond on the wall. And he was mentioning, why do we have Larry Bird? So a fan of the podcast reached out and was like, hey, I had this Larry Bird poster. I don't know what to do with it. It's signed by Larry Bird. I'm like, well, sure, we'll take it. Are you kidding me? So we met up with him, and he gave it to us. It's Larry Legend autograph. It's going on the wall. Mitch is on the wall, believe it or not. Actually, I don't know if you can see him in the picture. Every offseason we kind of add and move things around. Mitch Richmond is featured on this wall in a Kings kitchen cookbook. But we can add more. I mean, dude, relax. We got early 2000s, Monarchs, current guys, wrestling, our pod stuff that means stuff to us. All right, sounds legit. Evan says, my mother is an Eagles fan. They are playing there on her birthday. Look, I would say if your mom's an Eagles fan and they're playing at the Sphere, it's probably going to be worth it. I can't speak to the visuals. Like, I don't know what kind of visuals they're going to do. I just know Dead & Company was out of this world. Also, if you have any questions, NBA, Kings questions, whatever, you can go ahead and hit me up in the chat as we continue to test this new equipment. So far, this is great. Like, the old stuff, man, we had so many issues. So I'm hoping that everything stays stable and we're good to go. Jamar wants to know what impact do you think DeMar will have on Keegan this upcoming season and for the team, for that matter? I mean, I think he's going to have a major impact. It was interesting talking to so many different people in Vegas, not associated with Sacramento or the Kings. And we're like, oh, this is going to be so big for them. And yeah, it's on the court. It's off the court. The guy's a pro. You know, you want to know what the Kings' ceiling is. So many people, yeah, but what's their ceiling after doing something like this? I don't know. They're better. You know, could they be a top 4 team in the West if everything went right? Yeah, I think they could be. Are they going to win a championship next year? No, I don't think so. But I think they have the ability to win a series now. And what other moves can they make to improve this? But you weren't going to fix all your issues with the signing of DeMar DeRozan. But what you did is found a guy that can go get you a bucket, that can play different positions, that is a good playmaker, who's been around the league forever, yet stays healthy, always contributing. You can't find a former teammate or former coach who doesn't love the guy. He's got a book coming out in September. Greg Popovich wrote the foreword. Like, everybody loves the guy. So I think it's going to be a really good fit. You know, there's questions about, hey, what's that going to look like with the Kings offense? I think they may have to change some things up, but I think DeMar is adaptable. I think he'd play in different styles of offense, and he has shown that throughout his career. But I also think it gives the Kings a little more diversity when it comes to the offense. I'm eager to see him in dribble handoffs. I'm eager to see him run some pick and roll with Sabonis. There's a lot of different things they can do. But how often, late in the year, you were looking around going, who else besides De'Aaron Fox can go get me a bucket? Because Malik Monk is on the bench right now in street close. He's hurt. Who else is going to go create something? This guy can do it. So as far as what he could do for Keegan, I mean, I think Keegan's a guy who loves the game, and what better way to learn more about the game and the approach and the things you have to do each offseason to improve than be learning from someone that's been doing it at a high level, a 6-time All-Star who's been on the All-NBA team 3 times. Like, that's a great guy to learn from. Lorraine Fox in the building. Deuce, can you stop messing with the mic, making me crazy? What was I doing with the mic? Was I moving it a lot? My bad. Let's see here. Payne says, are we signing Drew Timme? I would say this. If Drew Timme, and shout out Payne, by the way, member for 20 straight months.
Give me a hell yeah.
If the Kings sign Drew Timme, I would say it's probably going to be a training camp deal. And my prediction would be he would end up playing for the Stockton Kings on a G League deal. That would be my prediction. He did some good things in the summer league. The guy was a monster in college. You know, I don't, at this point, view him as an NBA player. I mean, he's one of those borderline guys. You can be on a 2-way, whatever. But I look at him at this point as like a G League guy or, you know, European. Go over to Europe. What are the current rumors in the Kings rumor mill now? Cam Johnson, BI still on the table. What about marketing? I mean, I haven't heard anything new on that stuff. Seems like it's all quiet at this point. I imagine a lot of front offices are going on vacation, you know, for a bit here. You know, the draft's over. The busy part, if you want to call this free agency period busy, it wasn't that busy. That part's over. Summer league's over. Take a breather. And then, you know, we'll see what happens before the year. Let's see. What's a good goal for Keegan this season? I think the biggest goal for Keegan is consistency, and that's in terms of I don't want games this year where you go, man, Keegan had 8 points tonight, and the Kings have a lot of guys who can score, Fox, Monk, Sabonis, DeRozan, Kevin Huerter has shown the ability to pass in the past to be a good scorer, guys who can make shots. But I'd like for him to be, I want to know each night what I'm getting from Keegan Murray. Like, okay, you can go ahead and knock him in for 17 and 8. And I would also like to see him get back to the efficiency he had in his rookie year and then still be able to guard. It's asking a lot, but, I think he's capable of it. And I know he's been working a lot on the mid-range game. I know he's been working on post-ups. That's an element of his game that he feels like he could show off more next year. So we'll see what that looks like. But I'm high on Keegan. Josh, thoughts on Timmy versus Len? Do you think Timmy did enough to earn a spot? Drew Timmy is, an undersized big, right? Like Alex Len is a legit 7-footer, right? Timmy's listed at 6'10", I think. I think he's more like 6'9". It's just a completely different player. I mean, I think Alex Len has shown the last couple of years that he can be a solid backup behind Sabonis, playing 10, 15 minutes a night. Set some good screens, blocks some shots, plays hard. So Sabonis played the second most minutes in the NBA last year. He's going to be on the floor a lot, in my opinion. Dope shirt, Juice. Thank you. Let's see here. Juice, what are your thoughts on the 2-man game between DeRozan, Domas, DeRozan, and Foxy? Which of the two will make more of an impact? I mean, I think you have to do it all. I think I'd like to see the Kings run some more pick and roll too. We saw it with Monk and Sabonis a lot, but there's definitely some interesting wrinkles you can throw in there using like Fox as a screener, right? And I think DeRozan is like perfect for that Sabonis 2-man game. He's a good playmaker and he could kill you in the mid range. There's a lot of different things, a lot of different actions that they can run with DeMar DeRozan out there. Just, you think about this, go watch any DeMar DeRozan highlight package from last year. Look at who's defending him. It's typically the best guy, best defender on the floor. Well, it's going to be a little different now, right? Like, if you're another team, are you putting your best guy on DeRozan? But you got Fox. There's a lot of firepower. And you still got to worry about Sabonis, right? Because they run so much shit through him. He attracts a lot of attention. I think offensively, the Kings can be really, really fun next year. And I think the other part of it is, like, does De'Aaron show the ability to be a high-volume three-point shooter again while being around that, 37% mark, which I think he was last year at high volume. He showed that he could knock it down. And then you need Keegan to shoot it better. Kevin has got to be more efficient. Huerter's coming off the worst year by far of his career. He is better than he played last year, especially from a shooting perspective. So what's his role going to look like too? I just think from the offensive perspective, the Kings are going to be a lot of fun. Man, you got so many comments coming in here. Let's see here. The Kings do look done making moves this offseason. Ingram fell off. Markin is impossible to reach. Yeah, the Markin one, I don't know what the hell, Danny Ainge is going to do. Good luck predicting that. The extension thing is looming. Golden State still wants to be involved, but doesn't want to get rid of Podziemski. Lacob did an interview last week where he's calling Podziemski an all-star level talent. Like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know if I see that, but hey, that's how you view it. And the Ingram thing is weird. I don't know, man. I just don't. He wants an extension. He wants a lot of money. I don't think a lot of teams. I don't think any team is. If a team was willing to give him that type of extension that he desires at this point, he would have been traded by now, is my opinion on that. And I like Brandon Ingram, but the Kings still have some roster spots open. I don't think it's going to be because they add those guys. Like, that just doesn't seem possible. NBA-wise, what is all around your thoughts on the Mavs with the additions of Clay, Najee, Grimes, and Dinwiddie? You have to like what they did this offseason. I mean, the two teams that in the West I look at and go, man, I love their offseason. OKC getting Caruso, getting Hartenstein, and then Dallas. Like, I like Derrick Jones Jr. They picked him up on a minimum deal. He was so big for them last year. Okay, they lose out on him, but you add Klay Thompson. Klay doesn't have to come in and go, hey, Klay, we need you to get 20 a night now. You're the co-star. No, man, you are playing off of Kyrie and Luka. Klay is still a respected shooter in this game. Like, he's going to have so much gravity, and you still have to worry about Kyrie and Luka. I still think Klay can contribute and be a factor for them. Then you add Najee Marshall, who's just like a tough dude. Any team in the league would want Najee Marshall. He's improved his game. He's grinded. Two-way, it's a guarantee. Now a multi-year deal. He's tough. Improved the three-point shot. If that is real, that's going to be big for them. I'm a big fan of Quentin Grimes, too. Like, another solid defensive guy. Just tough. I like him a lot. So I think Dallas got better. I do. And what's Lively look like in year two? Lively was spectacular for them, especially during that run in the playoffs later in the season. So I think they're very interesting too. The West is brutal. I mean, to me, the for sure teams are like in the top 3-ish, right? Just on paper, you're going, okay, like in no order, OKC, Minnesota, Dallas, right? I think Denver, I can't, they're probably going to end up being better than we think, but I can't help but look at the last couple of off seasons for them and go, man, they lose Bruce Brown. That hurt. Losing KCP, their point of attack defender, that hurts. They traded Reggie Jackson like 3 seconds just to get off of his deal, and then they add Westbrook. You still have Jokic, who's the best guy in the league at this point, if not one of the best guys in the league. They're going to be in it in the West, but like, how good are they after losing KCP? Like, they take a hit, right? They're trusting some young guys to have to step in and really do things. So you can go up and down the West, and I'm just going to do that now. Look at the standings. By the way, for those who are just checking us out, I'm live right now because I got a new PC, and I want to test everything out to make sure it's good. My PC journey recently has been crazy. When we first started this podcast, we started this with this MacBook Pro, and oh God, it's so dirty, and this webcam at the top. That's when we first started. Then we upgraded to plugging in a USB cam on it, which is better. Then I'm like, okay, I need a PC because I'm like trying to run a multi-stream on this. This thing was like, are you kidding me? I'm not doing that. Then I got a PC that wasn't very good, lasted 3 years, boom, blue screen of death. It burns out right before the NBA draft. And then I have to get one like 2 days later, right? And then this one lasted 17 days. So before messing up. So turned that one, did some research, and I'm rolling with this one now. Anyway, hopefully this is good. Let's take a look at the West. The West, how it finished last year. So OKC got better. Denver, did they get better? No, I don't think they got better. So I'm going to say they drop, right? Minnesota, they're legit, right? That's a damn good team. I mean, they'll be maybe a little different, right? They lost Kyle Anderson, but you had Rob Dillingham in the backcourt off the bench, give you a little spark. What can he provide as a rookie? They're still just going to be good. The Clippers. I mean, there's been a lot of change. Do we think that the Clippers are going to surprise and still be better than we think? The question is, do you legit look at them as a top 6 team? I don't think you can go, they're legit top 6. Dallas. Yeah, they're up there, like I said, with OKC and Minnesota. Phoenix. Phoenix. I mean, the spin on it is, look, maybe some of their young rookies, Oso and Ryan Dunn, can be impactful out there. And a couple of subtle tweaks, right? You had Plumlee. And hey, man, BOKD and Booker, if they just stay together, it'll look pretty good. I can't count on that. I don't trust them. Could they be sixth again? Sure. But they could also be on the outside looking in. Lakers. They have not made any new moves this offseason besides adding JJ Redick as their head coach. Are they better? No, they're probably going to be the same. Shout out to LeBron, who is carrying the U.S. team, by the way, in back-to-back games. The Pelicans. Yeah, they're going to be different too. They had DeJounte Murray. I like DeJounte Murray. How's it all fit? If this Ingram thing, if he's there, is that a distraction at all? How's it all fit with Zion? Is he staying healthy? Is BI staying healthy? He hasn't proven to stay healthy. If that group is together, I think Murray helps them. You still got Trey Murphy, Herb Jones. It feels like you got some stuff to clean up. You lose Najee Marshall, though. You lose Valanciunas. You lose Larry Nance. It's not nothing that they lost. So they're going to be different. Does that mean they're better, or are they still kind of in this range? I think obviously it all hinges on like, hey, how is it all meshed together with their top three guys? Sacramento, they're better. They got DeMar DeRozan. They're still flawed. There's still some questions about size, but some of those issues against size won't impact them a ton during the regular season, depending on the matchup. I think the offense is going to be a lot better. And look, this group is all kind of together. Golden State, they're different. I mean, you lose Clay, you lose Saric, you get Healed, Slow-Mo, DeAnthony Melton. They don't have a lot of size either. I'm not high on them. I kind of look at them as the same thing as they were last year. Houston could be better. Could be better. They were fun last year. They could be making a push for that group right there. Utah, no. Memphis. Look, they're the number 2 seed 2 years ago. They had all those injuries. All those injuries. It's brutal. So what do they look like? How much does Zach Edey help them? That group's back together again. Taylor Jenkins has his group locked in. They had 130 billion players that they rotated in and out of their lineup last year because of all their injuries, and yet they like were a respectable defensive team. Why? Because they've got a culture. Like Taylor Jenkins is a great coach. So I imagine they're going to be back in the mix to be a top 6 team. And then you got San Antonio. You add Chris Paul. You add Harrison Barnes. Stephon Castle looked really good in the Summer League. I watched him, called his games in California Classic, saw him in Las Vegas. This guy's going to be a player. Is he going to be one of year one? I don't know, but Chris Paul should help them. Victor is a freak. I mean, I don't think they're going to be great, but could they be the Houston Rockets of last year and be a 500 team? Very possible. And then you got Portland. They'll be back. So really, there's like 2 bad teams in the West. Everyone else is kind of like, yeah, I could see that. I could see Sacramento being in 10. I could see them being in 4. The West is insane. The West is insane as I try to hit my switcher and it didn't work that time. Okay, that's good to know. Let me try that again. Okay. My Stream Deck's not working. Anyway, I know I was just rambling on and on about the West, but that's my take on how I look at things. And yeah, let's get to some of the comments. Deuce needs to work on a PC sponsorship deal. That'd be sweet. Yeah. Are you gaming with Matt George? Yeah, I know Matt. Doesn't Matt game with like Brendan Nunez? I don't know what games they play. I'm not really a gamer besides that stretch where I played Warzone all the time. Mark says the Kings were 15-9 against OKC, Denver, Minnesota Suns, Lakers last year. Just couldn't beat the Pels, Rockets. Yeah, plus weaklings in the East. Yeah, I mean, Denver was banged up 3 of the times, too, that they played them. That's also worth noting. OKC was still trying to figure it out. That was early in the year. But, you know, OKC, dude, with Caruso and Hartenstein, that's nasty, man. They're going to be fun. And what's Chet look like? They're going to give him put the ball in his hands more to make decisions, too. Woo! Oh, great point by Dave in the chat saying that the Pelicans lost Dyson Daniels too. They did. You know, I don't feel like they used him enough, to be honest. I thought when he was out there, he showed some things, but, you know, do you trust his shooting? Houston could figure it out, yeah. What's up, Jets mom? How are you? Appreciate you guys being here. Let's drop into some Rebirth Island, dude. So I'll have to try it. Doug says, hope to catch you both during the season. Sorry I missed you and Mo during Summer League. Yeah, dude. We worked a couple of games. Well, how many games? It's so long ago now. It was like 3 weeks ago. Worked on the California Classic with Mark Jones, and it was so fun. Such a great experience. I have no idea what my role next year is with NBC, so we'll see. Hopefully I'm on pre- and post-game more. That's the goal. That's what I want. So we'll see how that all works out. But it was fun doing it last year. Either way, we'll be doing the podcast after every game again and doing content all the time. Devin, I'm counting down the days when Deuce and Mo will be back on D-Lo and KC. Yeah, I think that can happen sooner than later, to be honest. Peyton, appreciate you donating $1.69. Appreciate you. Let's give you a hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah.
Swagman, length bothers Fox on the perimeter in those Pels games. Yeah, I felt like he got better about that, though. Even in that play-in game, dude, it was like him and him alone. There was no one else who could do anything. It's funny. I don't even want to talk about the play-in. That still hurts. We talk about it. So many people look at like Fox's shooting that play, and I'm like, dude, I loved how Fox played that play, and no one else gave anything. They couldn't give anything, and Fox is like, dude, if we're gonna go down, we're gonna go down with me, and I'm gonna do everything I can. And I thought he got chippy. I thought he was playing aggressive out there. The guys were getting hurt. I mean, Keegan got hurt in that game, right? Like Sasha randomly came in. Like it was just such a bizarre playing game. And talk about the ultimate low of lows after what happened in that Golden State game. Everything sounds crisp and looks smooth. Hey, dude, serious question. Will Katie and Draper still be on TV? Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they? I mean, Mark Jones, too. Mark's going to, depending on his like ESPN schedule, he's got an insane schedule doing NBA games on ESPN and college football, too. But he loves doing Kings games. That's why he's doing Summer League. Sweet shirt. Thank you. Appreciate that. Jamar wants to know, does the addition of DeMar allow Fox to become a downhill guy once again, or does DeMar take that role and Fox just shoots more threes? Well, I mean, Fox still got downhill, but he's got the three-point shot will be a part of De'Aaron's game going forward because he did it good enough last year. He did. I mean, it wasn't consistent all the way through. I mean, what guy is, but he was just under 37% and made the most threes of his career. And you look at how the shooting breakdown, you're kind of fine with it. So I think it's actually works out a little bit in the Kings' favor to have him have that mindset with still being the threat to get downhill. And then you have someone like DeMar DeRozan who can just kill you to death in that mid-range pump fake. You get to the free throw line. The other good thing about Fox late in the year is the guy was an 80% free throw shooter, I think, after the All-Star break. And DeMar shoots it well. So those guys have to knock down free throws. Sabonis has to knock down shots. He's got to knock down free throws. It has to be better than it was last year. Those are big things. Yeah, I hear you, Jeff Hardy rules about like, oh, did Fox fall in love too much with the three last year? I think there are definitely like not every one of his shots were great. I think sometimes what I always push back on with people when they talk about players and shots is like, are you mad at the result? Like, are you mad because you missed it, or was it a good shot? Because if it's a good shot, take it. I don't want you just, settling. That's the big thing. But if you feel like you got a good shot, you take it. Last year, he took 7.8 threes a game, and he shot 36.9%. Made almost 3 a game. You'll take that. So I'm not too concerned about that at this point. I'm all about you take good shots. You know, don't settle. Make sure you're getting good looks. But he's confident in it. Where will Tyus Jones go? Yeah, free agency's so weird, man. I don't even know what teams have cap space at this point left to really do anything. And maybe Tyus Jones is in a situation where he, takes like a 1-year deal and then kind of reevaluates things in the future. Sorry.
Beautiful family. Jealous.
Ad.
Bride is the best.
I was trying to click on this story about Tyus Jones. Says the Clippers were never interested in him. Tyus is a good backup point guard. Good backup point guard for sure. And I am a little surprised he's still available, but he'll get picked up by somebody. Do you think there's a chance we add anyone else big this summer? In terms of names, no, I don't think so. I don't. Let's see here. Stephen Brown says Fox is one of the very best at getting to the cup. He better get downhill. Now I need to pick up. I'm going to look at his cleaning the glass stuff. How long have I been streaming here? Half hour? Good. Okay. It's steady, too. Everything sounds good. I have to log into all my old stuff again, too, because it's a new PC. Let's see here. Send a link. This keyboard's really loud. Come on, man. Let's see, De'Aaron Fox. So, let me show this on the screen if I can. God, this is true. So this is from Cleaning the Glass, okay, which is an advanced stat site that a guy who used to work in an NBA front office created. It's really good. So let me try to make sense of this for you guys as I try to zoom in. I don't know how clear you guys can see this. Okay, so you can see here, we're looking at frequency. Okay, this is not shooting percentage. This is the how often this happens. So last year, 19% of Fox's shooting attempts came at the rim. 19% of his shot attempts. Most of his stuff came in the short mid-range. 35% of his attempts. And that short mid-range is considered outside of 4 feet, but inside of 14. Okay. Long mid-range, 12%. 46% of all of his shots. So almost half came in the mid-range. That was down from 52 the year before. His stuff at the rim, by the way, was down from 24 to 19. Okay. So 282 field goal attempts, 67 fouls drawn. And then last year, 258 and 64. So it's not that dramatic of a drop off. It's really not. So that's the encouraging thing. Most of his threes, 29% of his shots came from the non-corner three. In terms of accuracy, I think that was the big thing that was kind of different, right? Is his accuracy wasn't as strong as it was the year before. You know, part of that, the Kings' spacing wasn't as good. The offense wasn't as good in general either, right? Like you had guys like Kevin Huerter and Keegan Murray, who were such good three-point shooters the year before, weren't as good last year. Didn't feel like stuff moved the same way. So at the rim in 22-23, he was 77% at the rim. 67% last year, okay? Short mid-range went from 53 to 50. Long mid-range, this was the drop-off. He took fewer, right? 224 attempts the year before, 46% clip. Last year, 186 attempts, 30% clip. So that's not great, right? And his three-point shooting, 572 attempts, 37%. Look at that, 359 to 572. So, hey man, threes are worth more than two. He became more efficient at it. He took more of them, and he didn't. I think it's a little misleading about how he didn't get to the rim as much. It was slightly down, but the threes were going at a higher rate, and he took more of them. So that's my thought on that. Those are just the numbers. Cleantheglass.com. Silva says the stream sounds good, looks good. Good. Does it look different, or is it about the same? Well, Steven says 19% is the lowest rate of his career. Yeah, but you're talking about the frequency. I can go back there. Yeah, but Steven, we needed him to shoot threes before. He couldn't make threes, right? That was a problem in his game. So if you're taking more threes, you may be taking shots from elsewhere. That's what happens, you know? If he was taking this many more threes and he was shooting at 33%, I think I'd be having a different conversation about this, but you'll take it at 37%. And yeah, I'm also agree that I think he could get to the rim more, and he should look to do that. Take good shots, don't settle. Those are all big things for sure. Man. NBA needs expansion. They're going to get expansion for sure. Vegas and Seattle. It just makes too much sense. Looks the same. Okay. Sharper picture, maybe. Okay. Hasn't frozen once yet. That's a good point, Jess. That's good. That's huge. The other PC had some issues, man. But Steven, my point, Steven's mentioning he's one of the best at the rim, though. Use your best attributes. Last year, I mean, you have to go back and look at how the Kings are being defended last year. I won't dispute you're gonna find sometimes like, oh, you could have taken it to the rim there. Go get it for sure. But dude, teams were packing the paint last year against Sacramento, especially when Keegan's not knocking down shots at the same rate. I mean, that was one number I'll share in a second with Keegan too. And Herter, right? Monk. So when you're not knocking down, they're going to shrink the floor, and they're going to pack the paint, especially with Fox and Sabonis out there. So that's why it's so important to have. It's the same. It's what we talked about when they first got Sabonis. Like, all right, how's it going to work? You have to have shooting around these guys. So Fox was actually shooting it all right from three, but he wasn't getting the same looks to the paint as he was in the past. Teams adjusted. They saw the Kings play last year. Like, we're not going to let Fox get as comfortable getting the rim. And he knew that, and that's why he had to expand his game too. Is like, they're going to try to take things away from me. If I don't have the shooting around me, you have to adjust. And so that's just the reality of it. With Keegan too, this was a crazy one that I highlighted throughout the year. Keegan last year, his 3-point shooting, cleaning the glass, and they wipe away like half court heaves and like stuff like that. So anyway, he shot 42% in his rookie year, 36% his second year. Okay, non-corner 41% rookie year, 37%. How about this weird stat though? His rookie year, he shot 44% on corner threes. Last year, 32%. 32%. Such a big drop off. Pretty crazy. What's up, Hayden? Petition Sack to get a second team. We need a WNBA team. That's for damn sure, man. Besides Vegas and Seattle, which city should get a team? I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I think those. I'm also like, I'm not totally sold on Vegas having an NBA team, and maybe I'm underestimating the people in Vegas. But it's just, there's so many tourists, and how many like Las Vegas natives are there? I think a lot of Vegas people are Lakers fans. They've rooted for the Lakers forever, but maybe that changes. So you just wonder if it's going to be one of those situations like the Raiders where it's like, hey, they play every Sunday, but it's going to be like 75% the other fan base. Where's Mo? No, she's not here, man. No, Dave, Keegan's mid-range got a lot better. Vegas is going to, Seattle has to happen. Seattle has to happen. I've also heard Vancouver is like the place that like the NBA should have never left. I've never been there. Doug, if they add Seattle and Vegas, which teams go east? Pels and Wolves. Yeah, I mean, maybe Memphis. Is Memphis maybe? I mean, I feel like Minnesota is very logical to put in the east at that point. Please give the West some expansion teams. Mix it up. Steven donating $5, even though this is inaccurate. He says donation to upgrade from Earthlink to get some high-speed fiber internet. We have high-speed fiber internet here, actually. We are hardwired in. You know what? Just to prove it, you know what? We'll do this right now. Watch, it's not going fast. Let's do a little speed test here, huh? This is a little Google speed test, huh? What do we got here? Oh, we'll slow it down. Hey, stop going so fast. Oh, whoa. Oh, my God. Let's slow it down. It's not Earthlink, man. That's pretty strong, I'd say, huh? That's pretty strong. Have to have it. If we were streaming without it, we'd be a mess, I think. And it still pisses me off sometimes. Anything else I should test before getting out here? Or if you have any other questions. Oh, the other thing I was going to bring up too, I mentioned this on social, on Twitter. I don't know how many of you guys actually use Twitter or whatever, but if you have ideas for us about like, hey, you guys, this is you guys should do this type of content during the off season. Send us an email like, hey, you guys should do a video on this, or you should do content on this, an interview with this. deuceandmo@gmail.com. Raise the bit rate. Okay. Should have known, Dave. What should it be at? What should it be at, Dave? Is it bad right now? There's probably nothing I can do at the moment with that. What should my video bitrate be at? Video is at 2500. 2500. Besides basketball, have you been keeping up with other leagues and teams? I'm starting to pay attention to the Olympics. I watch the WNBA. I actually went to an Aces game in Las Vegas, which was so fun. Aces and Sky. It was a lot of fun. Do 6,000. Okay, I'll do that next time. I went to an Aces Sky game. Let me just rewind because Morgan did like a behind the scenes video on this our last day in Vegas. Maybe I should just play it to test. This is actually a good test because it kind of encapsulates what we did. Okay, so final day in Vegas. It's the final, I think. Wait. She didn't post it on Twitter? Oh, she's so annoying. Morgan Reagan. Instagram. I mean, Deuce Mo Instagram? I don't know. Deuce and Mo IG. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's going to make me log in. So just let me play the damn video, dude. Oh, here. It did. Here you go.
Summer League. Started the morning early because our NBC Sports California teammate Chelsea Gray picked us up for the Aces shoot-around. We got to see our favorite WNBA team get ready on game day, and we met Becky Hammon in the back. It was so cool. Now back to Thomas and Mac to catch more Summer League basketball. Saw Kendra working the sidelines, went to the other gym, and then we left to go watch more basketball as a fan. We went to the Aces against the Sky game. It was a star-studded building with Coach K, Usher, Tisha Panachera, and of course, Real Housewife, Larsa Pippen. I had the perfect view of Coach Becky Hammon letting her team have it early on in this game, and ultimately the Aces fell short. That was one of the best basketball experiences I've ever had. Left the game and walked over to Secret Pizza. Next morning was here and it was time to check out, but headed to the arena one more time to watch the Kings. A couple of us headed to the airport to head home, but it was shut down for VIP access, aka the president was flying out, so we were a little uneasy. We all made it, and very tired. Also, someone needs a neck pillow. What another fun basketball-filled time in Vegas. Until next year, Summer League.
So there you go. A little behind the scenes on that. So yeah, we went to Aces shoot around that morning. Chelsea Gray, who we got to know from NBC Sports California, who's like first of all, one of the best players in the league, but she's also one of the best humans. Great on TV, literally great at everything. She like hit us up and was like, "Hey, you want to come to a shoot around or practice?" She knew we were going to Vegas. I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." And then she hit us up while we were there and it's like, "Hey, I'll pick you up at like 8:30 from the hotel." She picks us up on a game day. We go to shoot around. We sit there, watch everything. This is not like open to the public. We were sitting there. I saw the Blazers GM just chilling there too, watching. But like we were watching and they're going through plays and things that they need to focus on. And then after we go, close to the locker room, catch up with Becky Hammon, who was super nice. And then we went to the game that night and they lost. Yeah, they lost with me in the building. Kelsey Plum could not miss a shot during shoot around. Could not. I was telling her, dude, she's got such a sweet stroke. Isn't it beautiful? She goes 0 for 8 from 3 in the game against the Sky, clanking shots off the side of the backboard. I'm like, what am I saying? What happened? Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, you're talking about me, my neck bobbing? Yeah, dude, I was so tired. Dude, Vegas, it's just, you stay up late every night, I don't gamble. I'm just not into it. Like, I'm not like anti-gambling. I don't go to Vegas. I'm not anti-gambling. It's do what you want. But I've just never been one of those people that are like, "Hey, let's play the slots. Let's play some cards." I'm like, I don't really want to like light money on fire. I want to get something out of it. But I like hanging out late. I like having good dinners and drinking good cocktails. Did a lot of that. A lot. Matthew says, "Hey, Deuce, do you think the Kings organization is considering bringing back the Monarchs?" I have no idea. I think that would be a no-brainer. And my concern at this point is like, would the league want a team in Sacramento after landing San Francisco? Lake Up, I could see him being an ass about it. Like, no, we're not allowing that because they kind of have the Northern California market. And think back when Sacramento had the Monarchs, right? The Bay Area didn't have a WNBA team. So Sacramento had that market. Of course, the WNBA was in a different stage there at that point as a league. But you still had decent attendance in Sacramento at the time, and you'd get people coming from the Bay Area to cheer on the Monarchs. And it's not lost on me that the Valkyries logo kind of has that Monarchs color scheme in a way, right? A little purple in there. So I don't know. I hope that I'm wrong, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. Maybe way down the road when the league expands more and more, but Sacramento could definitely support a WNBA team. I love the league. It's better than ever. He always took Deuce as a type to sit at a slot with a pack of Camel Blues for 12 hours straight. Yeah, no. I'm always on the search for like, Oh, what's a restaurant we should go to? That one. I think the first night after the Sphere, we went to some steakhouse off the Strip that literally served steaks until like 3 a.m. I was eating steak at 1 a.m. Oh, so good. Just money. Need more places that stay open late at night in Sacramento. One that I love, by the way. How long have I been on here? All right, I'll go 8 more minutes. Nice hour test. Butterscotch Den. Dude, if you have not been to Butterscotch Den in Sacramento, first of all, if you're a cocktail person, they're the best. Same company as Snug. Great cocktails. And the whole gimmick of you like cook your own food. They have happy hour that's I think it's like 10 to midnight. They do a happy hour. I was cooking a steak on this big ass stove in the middle of this awesome bar, lounge, whatever you want to call it. It was a $10 steak. Just 3 minutes. Get that medium rare. So good. Great drinks. And they do like live music too. I sound like I'm doing that. I'm not. Butterscotch Den is probably it's I think it's my favorite spot right now in Sacramento to go to. Oh man. What are my PC specs? I know you guys are so interested in this. This PC. Let's see if I can just show it to you guys. Oh, I highly recommend it. Isn't Butterscotch Den a not so great area? I don't think. Look, I'm cool with it. I did not feel unsafe at all. I don't view it that way. People might say that don't spend a lot of time in Sacramento, maybe, but no. It's right by Fixin's, and Fixin's is great too. JC says, I was in Vegas a few months ago. We went to dim sum at midnight. I was baffled. Dude, how great is that? My PC. View my PC. Let me bring it up here. Make sure it doesn't have any like crazy information that you guys can like hack or something. Kidding. But not. There you go. There's the old speckaroos for you. Can you see that? That'll do the trick, I think. Dude, I'm doing well. Appreciate that. So there you go. Fixin's is so good. It's in Oak Park. Yeah, dude. Fixin's really good. And Butterscotch Den, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Am I into exotic foods? What's that mean? I need a little more detail on what you consider an exotic food. That's funny, Gabe. Not show your GPU specs. Was that not on there? Jeez, you guys, you computer people. Brabra says, Butterscotch Den is vibe. I just hate that I have to grill my own food. You know what's so funny? I was thinking the same thing at first, but I went with a couple. I went with Morgan and our friend Kendra and one other person, and they all ordered, and I turned into the person that was cooking all the food. But I kind of liked it because we were right next to it. Like our seat was right by the big ass grill. So I'm just like grilling some steak. I had my little phone. I'm like, oh, that's 3 minutes. Actually, I didn't time my phone. I just looked at my watch. I'm like, 3 minutes, flip. Great. It was easy. And I don't know, it's just different. It's an experience. Plus, $10 for a steak. Come on. What's my go-to drink? Dude, I am so like... I like margaritas, but I don't just like any margaritas. That's where I can't have a trash margarita. Like a really good cucumber marg. That's not too sweet. I don't need a whole bunch like simple syrup and this type of juice. No. I want something refreshing. Good. I had a cucumber margarita at this place in San Diego last year, and it was I've been on the search for it. And there's some places that do it well. But I also like old fashions. I like a Manhattan every once in a while. But I would say at this point, when I do partake and go, I'm going to go out and have a drink, I get a margarita. Let's see. Okay, you're saying the foods that you were talking about, alligators, rabbits, kangaroo, etc. No, I just can't. No, I'm out. And if I did that, I would have to be in an area where it's like, no, we're known for it. I'm not going to like some Sacramento spot. It's like, hey, we do gators here. I mean, gator, I guess that's not that exotic to me. I feel like gator is like more prevalent in the United States. But no, kangaroo, horse, no, I'm out. And I know that's weird, but it just depends. I like the one thing I have changed with my drinking over the years is like there was a phase where it was like heavy IPA, let's go. I want 7%. Now it's like, give me the light stuff. Dude, I went to Old Ironsides with Morgan like a month ago. I had never been there, and they just reopened the bar. Awesome Sacramento bar. Old Ironsides. Highly recommend it because it's like a historic Sacramento place. It was the first bar that had a liquor license post-prohibition. So anyway, they've got the original bar in there. Just looks awesome. They've got PBR on tap for like $3 during happy hour. Who doesn't like on a hot day just like, well, I'll take a PBR. Yeah. You see, yeah, Gator Bites in Louisiana, I'm in. But like, I'm not going, hey, try this kangaroo when I'm in Carmichael. No, I'm good. No, I'm not trusting some person in Carmichael to like, what? No, I'm out. My favorite type of cookie? Oh man, I don't know. A nice soft chocolate chip one. They've got great ones at the Golden One Center in the media room. A little sea salt on top. I mean, I could talk food spots in Sacramento too. I mean, there's so many good spots in Sac. Who's had Pizzasaurus Rex? Love it. I think Golden Bear is kind of underrated too. Good spot. Right next door. Favorite soft drink? Don't drink soda. I haven't had a soda in over a decade. When I was a kid, you know what we drank? Not water. Water, I don't think water was even in like water. What was water? We drank Kool-Aid with 2 cups of sugar. I was a kid. I had a Kool-Aid mustache, like it was permanent during elementary school. Oh, what color did you have today? Oh, yeah, you had purple. Okay. You had cherry. A lot of that. And then we would, later on, we were big soda people. Like, get the Safeway Select, like, 32-pack stacks, and I'm drinking 6 root beers a day. And then, then in later in life, I could become an adult. Go, what? I don't like this. And now I drink water and sparkling waters. Water, my main beverage is water, sparkling water, and then, espresso, some coffee. That's my thing. But I can't do soda. Have I been to Localis? Yeah, I went to Localis. It's been a long time though. Localis is fantastic if you're trying to spend a lot of money on good food, but it's a Michelin star. And I think they're going to get another one. Yeah, a lot of sugar in my diet as a kid. Yeah, there were in the 90s, people didn't care about that stuff. My mom didn't know. It was like, eat whatever. Junk food, TV dinners, Kool-Aid. We were going through pitchers and pitchers of Kool-Aid every day. Yeah, I'm drinking sparkling water. Let's see here. In-N-Out versus Shake Shack. I mean, I grew up on In-N-Out. Shake Shack's fine. I actually had Shake Shack on the way back in the Vegas airport. It was good. It was good. It's just different. In-N-Out is just, here's what I know. In-N-Out, I know what it's going to cost. I know it's going to taste the same every time. I love In-N-Out. I don't go all the time, but did I see Dead and Company at the Sphere? I did. Best show ever. It was amazing. Am I going to SmackDown? Yes, I'm going to SmackDown. September 20th, I think it is. I'll be going with my buddy Scott Freshour. Sparkling water tastes like TV static. It's interesting. I just don't view it that way, man. What do you drink? What do you drink? I like the bubbles, man. And maybe, honestly, it's probably because I used to drink so much soda as a kid that I like having some carbonation is just, I love it. Yeah, Liquid Death is great, dude. Sparkling water is ridiculous. I disagree, man. You just don't like the bubbles. That's fine. What do you drink, Steven? Just water all the time? I like to mix it up. I drink a lot of water, too. But I have been doing this. I've been really consistent going to the gym, except this like stretch with Vegas and stuff. But the one thing since the season ended, I have not done is I have not cared at all about what I eat. I don't eat junk food, but like if I go out, I'm gonna like I don't care. Like I'm gonna go. Oh, let me go out here and eating stuff that's probably I shouldn't eat all the time. And so since I got back late last week, I'm like I'm dialing in the eating. I'm doing the workout thing. I'm dialing in the eating. So I'm trying to be really disciplined right now. There's just so many good spots in Sac that I want to eat. Have you guys had Bambi's Tacos? I was just looking this afternoon to see if there was some new Deuce and Mo content. Yeah, so we haven't had a PC for a stretch. And also, so we get back from Vegas, fried for sure. And then Morgan has been sick. So, and we were waiting on the PC that came today. That's why I've been doing this test for over an hour. I said 8 more minutes. I just looked and I've gone 10. Yeah, Zach, man. I don't want to say it. How do I say it, man? Binyaki? I forget how to say it. But yes, I have been there. It's great. Weren't you guys on a vegan diet? I did a plant-based thing a while back. Yeah. I'm off that now. But I think what's been good about it for me is I'll still eat plant-based. It's as someone said, moderation is key. I totally agree. What doing the plant-based diet did for me was teach me like, hey, you don't have to rely on like getting everything from like meat and cheese, blah, blah, blah. And so if anything, I've gotten better eating habits out of it. Deuce be in the gym curling 10 pounds. I go to classes, man. I go to a place downtown and it's really good. You know, they've got all the workouts done for you and got some coaches and you do your thing. Hot Boys is fantastic. Your activity for 59 viewers in the chat is epic, Deuce. Hey, it's a test, man. It's not like I like promoted this thing worldwide. I don't care. I mean, this is the off season, you know, got to test this stuff, come up with ideas, how we want to tackle things. We'll definitely drop some cool content coming up here. Binchoyaki. Binchoyaki? Is that how you say it? Binchoyaki. What's your favorite food of all time? I don't know. Okay, I mean, if you're going to go like, the first thing that came to my mind was like you're not talking about like, steak or some. I go Taco Bell. I don't ever eat it. Rarely eat it, but I do like twice a year. And when I do, I go hard. If plant-based is so great, why do they go to such great lengths to make it look like me? Well, I mean, you're talking about the plant-based meat that they make, right? You don't have to eat plant-based meat to be plant-based. I mean, there's so many ways. I didn't think I'd be doing a vegan talk here on the this little test stream here. I mean, you can get. There's so many ways to get protein and veggies and carbs that you can eat. You don't have to eat the Beyond Meat or the Impossible Meat. As to why, some people like that. There's actually a lot of plant-based people who don't like it because it reminds them of meat. Some people have different reasons why they go plant-based. Some people are like, it disgusts me. Eating anything animal-related disgusts me. There's others who are like, I just want to make a change. I want to try something. Or I don't want to eat as much. Everyone's got their own reason for it. So, yeah, it just depends. And I've had some great vegan chicken before. I mean, Bambi's Tacos, they make vegan tacos. I don't care that they're vegan. It's not about them being vegan. They're just great tacos. I would eat, if they made beef tacos, I'd eat them. But the vegan ones are really good too. What's up, Jas? Good to see you in here, man. Tacos are great, man. Mexican food is awesome. Frank Fats. God, I love that we're just talking food in here. Yeah, Frank Fats. I actually had Frank Fats for the first time a couple of months back. I've been trying to do this thing. It's like, dude, there's certain places in Sacramento I've never been to. That's pathetic. I need to go to these spots. And Frank Fats was one of them. Loved it. Let's see. Best late night snack spot. Where you going? What you eating? I'm just not out late in Sacramento. I feel like I can't remember the last time I had like a late night in Sacramento. I guess, what do you consider late? Is the question. I've definitely had the walking out of like Snug and go, I might need a slice of Uncle Vito's right now. Like a good slice of pizza. There's just not many good late night spots in Sacramento. Like, what stays open? I remember years ago, well, not years ago, it was 2 years ago now, or a year ago, whatever. Year ago, during the playoffs, we closed down a bar with some friends. So we playoff game, came back, did night chat, then went out and it closed down. And we're like, where are we gonna eat? And we went to IHOP in downtown Sacramento. Not many great options. After 10, yeah, I mean, Vito's, I guess. There's just not many spots open after 10 p.m. That's why I mentioned Butterscotch Den. Butterscotch Den is open late, dude. I know you got to cook your own food, but like Butterscotch Den, I'm looking at the hours right now. I guess they go till 1 a.m. Friday. So I don't think that's accurate. I think they stay up. They stay open later, at least till midnight, though. Jungle Bird. Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned Jungle Bird. Dude, Jungle Bird, I don't like their outside, but the inside, great tiki bar. Great. Some good food, too. But have a couple of those. Woof. Tiki's great, dude. Jungle Bird is awesome. And they also own 1010 Room, which is cool. Yeah, Harris, I mentioned Vito's for sure. Vito's is, after I leave Snug, that's a good spot. Hey, Enforcer, here's my question. I love this. We're just hanging out, doing a test stream. Enforcer says, humans were made to eat both plant and meat and have been doing it since the beginning of time. Now we want to reinvent the wheel. Hey, man, how about this, dude? You eat your meat and plants and let them eat what they want. If they just want to eat plants, who cares? Let them. No one's saying you have to stop eating it. No one, you're not getting arrested for eating meat. Who cares? Some people like because it makes them feel better. Their insides. Yeah, ink. I felt like ink used to inks used to be open later though. One. So here's my thing. I need spots. I want real late night spots. I'm talking like, can we have a place that is open till like 3? And maybe it's because I'm thinking a lot of times when there's like late night chats and there's friends in town, I want to go somewhere. Okay. Final 5. How about that? Final 5. You have any more questions? I've missed going live. Sushi Hook used to be open until 2 a.m. before they burned down. I don't remember that, man. I don't remember that spot. Exactly, Steven. Yeah, I think it can be this type of city, though. Javier Deuce, would you be vegan for a year if the Kings win a championship? Yeah, easy. That's not even hard. Yeah, Devin, we're going to have another monthly live show this month for members. You can become a member at patreon.com/Deuce and Mo. Yep. I know you are, Dev. But yes, we have one coming. The big thing was being able, that's another reason why we're testing tonight, so we can make sure we can go live. This has been way smooth, though. This makes me really happy. If Harris built the 30-story casino. We have a lot of casinos now. I mean, it used to be back in the day, it was like, oh, like Jackson Rancheria. Now it's like that. What do you have? Like a Sky River, Thunder Valley, Hard Rock. Deuce, which celebrity did you see at Summer League and it surprised you that the person was there? Huh. I don't know that I saw anyone. I can't think of any celebrity that I saw. Okay, no, this is not a celebrity, but this surprised me. And I don't know why I didn't take a picture and tweet this out. I think I was just in a fog. There's one King Summer League game. Jason Thompson was there, which is like, oh, JT, that's fine. He's kind of around. John Salmons was there. John Salmons was there with like long braid, like long gray. He was gray. I'm like, oh my God, John Salmons just looks so different. That was like the most random thing. I know that's not what you were asking about, celebrity. Did you hang out with Malika Andrews? No, her sister. I'm close with her sister, Kendra. The only other one cool person I got to meet was Udonis Haslam. Met him. He was really cool. Has anyone been to Journey to the Dumpling yet? I heard it. Yes. Journey to the Dumpling, outstanding. And I was a little suspicious of it because I see this place pop up in Midtown. It's got neon signs. I'm like, oh, it's going to be like this trendy Chinese food spot. It's amazing. Highly recommend. Yeah, Tim definitely does. Whose game have you always found most aesthetically pleasing? That's a great question. I've really over the years loved Kevin Durant's game. There's just something about, like, you just see this guy's frame. He's so wiry, but got that smooth mid-range jumper. Could do a lot on the floor, come down, hit daggers. I've really liked that. I'd have to think more about that. That's a great question. I mean, Steph obviously has moments where you're like, what? But Durant, just seeing someone his size with his frame, the talent level it's pretty cool. He's just so smooth to me. And that guy was still awesome last year. Hello from Estonia. Shout out Estonia. Will Kings be in the playoffs? Yeah, they'll be top 6 this year. Your friend owns Journey to the Dumpling? Well, your friend's awesome. Another awesome spot in Sacramento. God, this is so funny. I just want to make sure I had it right. Yeah. Hidden Dumpling House. So legit. Oh, another good spot I actually had today. It's right it's a great area for food, by the way, is where I'm talking about. So you have the Golden Bear, you got the Beer Garden right there, you got Pizzasaurus Rex, and across the street, Mother. Go to Mother. Mother's got some great food. Local spot. Awesome. Yeah, that's another great one, Chewy. Kyrie. That's another one for sure. All right. This has been fun. Definitely email us, deuceandmo@gmail.com. deuceandmo@gmail.com. If you have ideas, questions, topics, things you want us to do videos on, podcasts on, give us ideas so we can make sure to create some awesome content this summer. Thanks for being here for the test. I hope it went smooth. I hope it continues to go smooth. I'm so glad we were able to do this, hang out for a bit. I love you guys so much. But I gots to go. See ya.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.